Hey, and welcome to this evening's DreamFuel Breathwork session. I'm Alex, and I'll be your coach, guiding you into a state of deep, calm, and rest. This session is designed to do one thing: to settle your system. Because most people don't struggle to sleep because they're not tired. They struggle because their mind is still active and their body is still holding on to the day. So tonight, we're going to train the opposite. Calm inside the noise, stillness inside the mind. Using the breath and a bit of visualization will help your system slow down, release tension, and move you into a state where sleep can happen naturally. This works best when you just give it your full attention, be really here in the moment. So find somewhere comfortable where you can lie down, headphones on if you have them. I'll guide you through everything as we go. Let's slow it down. So find your spot, you feel comfortable, lying down if you can. And we're just going to check in with the breath. Just through the nose right now, inhale for 4, exhale for 6. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it going at that same tempo. So I'm going to guide you through a visualization, and at a few points throughout the journey, we will extend the length of the exhales just a little bit. So we're starting off here at 4 in, 6 out. We'll go to 4 in, 7 out. And finally 4 in, 8 out. The more we lengthen out the exhales specifically, the more we upregulate the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest response, and downregulate the more activating sympathetic nervous system. So we'll get you progressively into a deeper state of calm and relaxation. So just continue breathing, 4 in, 6 out, or through the nose. Let the belly expand on every inhale and gently collapse on every exhale. No need to force anything, just a relaxed breath. And with every exhale, sink deeper. Sink deeper. The room is quiet. Not empty, just still. There's a softness to the air tonight, the kind that settles gently against your skin, like it's been waiting for you to arrive here. Outside, the world continues, but it's distant now, muted, like it's been wrapped in layers of velvet and placed somewhere far away from where you are. You're here. And for the first time today, nothing is being asked of you. No decisions, no pressure, no expectations to perform, respond, solve, or figure anything out. Just this moment. And as your body begins to register that, something starts to shift. A quiet unwinding. The kind that doesn't need to be forced. It just happens when the system realizes that it's safe. You find yourself walking slowly along a path. It's late evening. That deep, rich blue just after sunset, where the sky hasn't fully let go of the day, but night is clearly arriving. There's a warmth still held in the ground beneath your feet, left over from the sun. You can feel it subtly rising up, meeting the coolness of the air. The path is smooth, familiar in a way you can't quite explain. To your left, there's a body of water. A vast, still lake stretching out into the distance. The surface almost perfectly calm, reflecting the sky above like glass. Occasionally, a small ripple moves across it, gentle and unhurried, expanding outward and then disappearing again into stillness. You pause for a moment and just watch. That ripple, how it moves and then fades, and something clicks. That's what thoughts are. They rise, they move, they pass. They don't need to be chased. They don't need to be solved. They don't define the lake. The lake remains. Steady. Deep. Unshaken. Just like you. Let's extend the exhale out a little bit. 4 in, 7 out, all through the nose. In 3, 2, 1 in for 4, 3, 2, 1 out for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in for 4, 3, 2, 1 out for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in for 4, 3, 2, 1 out for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it going. You continue walking. Each step slow and deliberate. Effortless. There's no rush to get anywhere. The air smells clean, like water, earth, and something faintly sweet that you can't quite place. Fills your lungs easily without resistance. And with each step, something heavy begins to fall away. Not all at once, just small pieces. Tension you didn't realize you were holding in your shoulders. A subtle tightness in your jaw. The low-level hum of urgency that's been sitting underneath everything all day. It begins to dissolve, as if the environment itself is absorbing it, like it was never meant to stay in you this long anyway. Up ahead, you notice a small wooden dock extending out over the lake. Simple, slightly weathered, but solid. You walk toward it, stepping onto the wood, feeling the faint texture beneath your feet. There's a quiet creak as it holds your weight. You move toward the edge and sit down, feet hanging just above the water. And for a moment you just take it in. The skies deepen now. Darker blues, hints of indigo, the first stars beginning to appear. The lake mirrors it perfectly. Above you and below you. It's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. And in this stillness, your mind begins to slow. Not because you forced it to, but because there's nothing here that requires speed. A thought tries to enter, something from earlier today, something unfinished. You notice it, and instead of following it, you just watch. Like that ripple in the water. It rises, it moves, and then it fades. No effort required, no engagement needed. Just observation. And in that moment, something powerful begins to rewire. Because your system starts to learn. I don't have to go with every thought. I don't have to solve everything right now. I can choose stillness. You lean back slightly, placing your hands on the dock behind you, looking up now. The stars have multiplied. Dozens, then hundreds, and thousands scattered across the sky. There's a quiet vastness to it, a reminder of scale, of perspective, of how much space there really is beyond the noise of a single day. and something inside you begins to expand. The tightness, the contraction, the narrowing of focus that anxiety creates. It loosens, replaced by space, by openness, by possibility. Let's extend our exhale out to 8 seconds, 4 in, 8 out, all through the nose, in 3, 2, 1 in for 4, 3, 2, 1 out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in for 4, 3, 2, 1 out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in for 4, 3, 2, 1 out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it going. As you sit there, something shifts again. Not just calm now, but clarity. A grounded, steady awareness begins to come online. The kind that doesn't rush. The kind that sees things as they are without distortion. And from that place, you start to feel something else. Confidence. Not loud or forced or performative. It's quiet, stable, unshakable. Because confidence at its core isn't about knowing everything will go perfectly. It's about knowing you can handle what comes. And as you sit here, you begin to remember moments. Real moments. Times where things didn't go to plan, but you adapted. Times where you felt uncertain, but you moved forward anyway. Times where you didn't feel ready, but you showed up and figured it out. Let those moments come. Not as a list, but as a feeling. A sense in your body. I've done hard things. I've navigated uncertainty. I've kept going. Feel that now. Not in your head, in your chest, in your core. That steady, grounded presence that doesn't need validation or approval. It just exists. And the more you connect to it, the more it strengthens. Like a muscle that's always been there, just waiting to be used. You notice the water again. Still calm. Still steady. And now, instead of watching ripples pass, you see your reflection. Clear. Undistorted, and there's something different about it. A sense of ease. A softness in your expression. And a quiet strength. A knowing. You don't need to have everything figured out tonight. You don't need to solve tomorrow. You don't need to carry the weight of everything all at once. Right now, your only job is to rest, to recover, to allow your system to reset. Because that's where real performance comes from. Not constant pushing, but cycles of effort and deep recovery. And this is where the recovery happens. The air cools slightly, a gentle shift. You feel it against your skin, a signal that the night is deepening. And your body responds naturally, automatically, beginning to power down. Heart rate slowing, muscles softening. Breath becoming quieter, more subtle, almost effortless. You lie back now, fully on the dock, looking straight up into the sky. Stars feel closer here, more vivid, more alive, and there's a sense that you're being held. Held by the stillness, by the quiet, by something bigger than you. It doesn't need anything from you. Any remaining tension just melts into the wood beneath you. Your body sinking slightly. Supported. Safe. Heavy in the best way possible. Like gravity itself is helping you let go. And as your mind drifts, thoughts becoming softer, slower. You return to that feeling one more time, that grounded confidence, that quiet certainty. Not about outcomes, but about you. Your ability to navigate, to adapt, to handle whatever comes next. Let that settle in. Not as something you have to repeat, but as something you recognize. Something that's already true. The lake is still. The sky is endless. And you're right here, in the middle of it. Calm, steady, at ease. And as the night deepens, your awareness begins to fade. Gently, naturally, like drifting into warm water, supported and held. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just rest, recovery, and sleep.